Yeah. Hi there. Hi there. Finally. I'm a bit rusty on that, I think, so I don't know. Even camera is getting rusty, so if battery dies, because I don't know, I think I haven't serviced the battery for quite a while, so because my last video, as you may know, is quite a while, so my apology for that. We was just running around a whole year, so I'm trying to be better on that. So, but I think there's something I said on different occasions. So, I'm gonna try. So, but I didn't want to let you down when it comes to Christmas tobacco, all those special editions. Even after I think it was my last video, the things we lost. So even after that video, I was really kind of thinking about if there's still much sense in talking about special edition tobaccos and those new tobaccos coming up. Just quality seem to get down and down, and so situation is a bit tense, I think, for us pipe smokers. But so I don't want to spoil this video, but maybe you're gonna be surprised. So at least I was surprised when I did the preparations for this video, when I did my little notes. If you know the channel, if you've seen other Christmas tobacco videos here on the channel, you know I have my little book, we're writing all down, so same this year. And by the way, smoking some, I'm not going to tell you what I smoke right now, so maybe you have an idea at the end of the video, or I'll tell you at the end of the video if I don't forget. So, but I'm smoking my Black Meerschaum, done by Black Meerschaum, by my good friend Oz. Oz, thank you so much for that. And with a custom built stem made by my good friend Guxel. He is an incredible stem maker. Well, he's not really a stem maker. He doesn't do it for a living, but he is an incredible stem maker, but just for hobby. So I'm always more than grateful if he does all these great stems for my Meerschaum pipe. So as you probably all know, if you buy a Meerschaum, the stems, even if you have an Altinai, brilliant Meerschaum or whatever, so the stems are not always what we expect on the Meerschaum pipes when it comes to the standard of the Meerschaum pipes in general, but the stems, the quality doesn't fit to the rest, let's say that. That's just my opinion. So I'm always grateful if Guxel is working on the stem for me. All right. So I did my research. I did my homework. As always, for this Christmas tobacco video, we're here in the lounge. I think I thought about doing this at Ronnie's, but after some experience at Ronnie's, over the last few years, I decided now I don't want to be disturbed too much, so I decided to go here. All right, there are 8 tobaccos I picked. I know, guys, there are a lot more special edition, winter edition, and I don't know, editions for 2026 coming up and so on. But I had to cut somewhere. So my interest always is to tell you what's going on here on the German market and so on. All right. So before one of my German fellows gives me a comment, it's just yappity yap, so I better start now. So let's do this. We're gonna start very classical with some winter edition. So John Aylesbury winter edition 2025. So what do we expect when it comes to these winter editions? Heavy aromatics, the smell of cookies and everything. So, and there you have it. So, as you can see, so it is a John Aylesbury, but it is Kopp we're talking about, of course. Ronnie was kind enough to give me this tin, so, but I have to be careful. So I have to cut this carefully. We can't open the tin, but I have a sample of the tobacco I can show you. Let's put this aside. All right, so you see that's the old Kopp trick. We all know. So warning sticker here on a wrapper, and if you pull it off, and you've got a beautiful tin, and it's really a nice engraved tin. So I don't know. It's always, you can always discuss taste. Some of you probably gonna hate it, but I think all right for Christmas. That is some kind of, I don't know. Maybe you think it's childish, but yeah, it's some kind of old childhood reminiscence. All right. So what do they say about the tobacco? That may be interesting for us. So what do they say? They say the winter edition of John Aylesbury offers an intense interplay of flavors. A loose cut of dark black Cavendish, golden Virginias, and nutty Burley. So there we have it. Those typical three suspects we always find normally. Refined with delicious aromas of winter pastries, almonds, and honey, and that's pretty much what it is. Let's see if I find the sample here. Where are you? John Aylesbury, winter edition. So, yeah, probably I could show you any other sample, so because they're pretty much lookalikes. So you see that, and I think I don't have to open now. Maybe I do. I don't know if I can get you a little view inside this little baggie, but you see, there's really nothing to write home about. What about the smell? So, yeah, it is pretty much that. So the flavor of almond is absolutely dominant here. Some rather artificial vanilla notes, and that's a pity, really. It's like vanilla is easy to make in a natural way, but it is more expensive, of course. So, what in this case, it's rather artificial, I think. And it's just in the bag. Vanilla is just in the bag. And there's no way for me to find some honey. Maybe if you imagine it. So, yeah. You can always imagine the honey way, because you have the sweetness and so on. So, how does the tobacco behave? So, the tobacco reacts pretty good on first light. So no harsh notes, no burning rubber notes, nearly no chemical or overwhelming artificial notes. Almond, vanilla, and caramel, so those are the main components during the smoke. The tobacco behaves pretty well, and you'll find a pleasant smoke down to the last third of the bowl. Well, as you know, I don't believe in last puff. Very few tobaccos they provide a smoke up to the last puff. Yeah. My good friend Doug Owen from Carter Hold and Polesbow, he always points out there is no such thing as the down to the last puff. And I think he's pretty much right. All right, but it can stand the aroma up to the last third of the bowl, and I think that's the important thing to do. No gargling, no harsh notes, and the aroma pretty much stands to the last third of the bowl. Yeah, what's the conclusion about this tobacco? Let me show you tobacco again. Do you remember? So, for me, it's a really proper tobacco for the winter season if you like a good heavy aromatic tobacco. The price is €31.90 here in Germany. So, a positive surprise. I was really surprised by that because you know, if you go back on the channel, you go back on last year or the year before, you know, I had to suffer a lot so during those tests on the winter tobaccos. I hope battery is not dying. If so, I have to change I have to change the location because I have no electricity here. So. Alright, so what we're gonna continue. Maybe I can be quicker than a battery. So that is Kopp limited edition 2026 Ahoy. I don't know, do we say that? Ahoy. So Ahoy. That will be this one. So same trick here. We better cut that here very carefully so that Ronnie can still sell that. Here we go. And now we have another nice engraved tin. See, it is a bit, I don't know if the camera gets that, it's a gray, or grayish, I think. Alright. Yeah. If you like that. So anyway, what do they say? They say, the limited edition Ahoy 2026 from Kopp Tobaccos once again features a Hanseatic design. Oh God, hard to read my own writing here. Good. It is in remembrance of the origins of the company near to Hamburg. The anchor symbolized security, stability, and solidarity. I don't know, these days we see a lot of ships, I don't know, in the sea, they use the anchor for something else, but I don't want to talk about that. The tobacco base is made of a lot of black Cavendish. Well, I think they're really bold. They really, they have the courage to say that, because we all know that black Cavendish is the cheapest tobacco you can get. Okay, a lot of black Cavendish and a fresh and light Virginia. A fresh and light Virginia. I don't know, I like my Virginia matured. Anyway, the tobacco is refined with the creamy note of Madagascan vanilla and a hint of tropical wood. I don't know what that should be, the tropical wood. I don't know. Is it black wood or whatever? And do they just, I don't know, just put that into that or? Alright. Creating a certain depth and a warm undertone to the overall impression. You can smell a wonderful room note that seems sweet, exotic, grounded, but not too intrusive. Wow. Well, some tobaccos, they really have a job to do. If a tobacco should do all these things. So I don't know. I don't want to be a tobacco in that case. All right, let's see. What's the smell? Where is my tobacco? Let's see. Can I find it here? Oh, it's not that. Where do we? Oh, there we go. It's a bit darker. It's like they said, they used a lot of black Cavendish, and you can see that here. They use a lot of black Cavendish. It's more black than brown, so. Okay. Give you another look. Although it's not that interesting. Ooh la la. All right. I'll tell you what the smell is. Caramel hits you on first whiff. Maybe some parts of vanilla can be detected. No wood or other fruits are detectable for me. So, just for me, of course. Maybe you smell all these, I don't know, these exotic fruits or whatever, but I don't. What about the taste? That's the most important. Sorry, that's the most important part, I think. Yeah, embrace yourself. Aggressive notes of burning rubber and very chemical vanilla notes. It doesn't really get any better, even if you smoke very carefully and lower the temperature to a minimum. So maybe they're using rubber tree. So that was my idea, because they said, yeah, we're using, I don't know, what do they say, tropical wood. So maybe it's rubber tree, I don't know, because it really behaves like that. So yeah, so if your bystanders appreciate the smell of burning tires, so you might get some compliments for the room note. As well, I've been smoking that around this place, and other guys did too. So on one hand, I had it in a passive way, so I was smelling that from other pipes, and then I was smoking it, and the others smelled that, and we talked about that, and that was our experience, of course, just only. So tobacco also gets harsh in the end of the third bowl. My conclusion, and that's only my conclusion, hands off. So price is €31.90 here in Germany. But you can also get this. I've seen that on smokingpipes.com. So if you're up for these rubber notes, it is €24.65. No, not euros. Sorry, $24.65 on smokingpipes.com. And there's one point, and that is about this tobacco, and it's also about other tobaccos you can get here, and you can also get on smokingpipes.com. I don't really understand. So, well, that's a German company, are producing the tobacco, and they're shipping that, and so on, and all right. Why is it getting cheaper and cheaper? So, why is it cheaper to ship that and to sell that on smokingpipes.com, let's say in the US? So don't get me wrong. So I'm happy for you guys. So that if you see this video and you're living in the US, I'm happy for you that you get it for a better price. But I don't understand. So it's about 1/3 cheaper. I don't know. Seems that shipping something somewhere. I don't know. It's a miracle to me. Makes things cheaper in some ways. It can't be about the taxes, because tax on this tin is only €5. So more or less. All right, but I guess they know what they're doing. I don't know. They know what they're doing. I don't know. All right, let's go on from this unpleasant thing. The next tobacco. The next tobacco isn't really about winter tobaccos. Isn't really about special editions. But this tobacco was popping up new. I thought it might fit into this line of winter tobaccos. And before I forget about this tobacco, and you don't ever hear about this one, I'm gonna take this into this line of Christmas tobaccos. So it is Allen. We all know there is a series of Allen tobaccos, and this is the mountain nature. So there's I don't know, 5 or 6, or I don't know. I lost count. There's several of these tobaccos. They're not all good. I say that. And this is the Allen tobacco. Yeah. All right. Let's see what they say about the tobacco. So, description: a balanced and fruity loose cut blend. The finest tobacco's varieties, such as Burley, Black Cavendish, and Virginia. Really, the finest tobacco varieties. And then they're talking about Burley, Black Cavendish, and Virginia. All right. Those are fine tobaccos, but they are the usual suspects, so that we always find. Anyway, so, yeah, In various cuts, they combine to create an enjoyable overall composition. The Danish aromatic orientation is supported by a fruity, fresh black berry note, balanced with a hint of vanilla and rounded off with a mocha aroma, with some coffee aroma. Yeah. Okay. All right. Where do I have the tobacco? Let me see. Mountain mixture. Here it is. The mountain mixture. Show you that. Same here. It's not so special. Let's take a first whiff of that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's really some kind of coffee. Some kind of espresso or whatever. So, first whiff is surprisingly interesting. Blackberry in front, but it is its dominance is broken by the roasty bitterness of coffee notes. So it's very interesting combination. That's what I think. So on first whiff. So how does the tobacco behave? So very slightly chemical notes under first light. This is something we all, not always, we sometimes or often have when it comes to these aromatic tobaccos. Maybe they're good tobaccos or they behave pretty well during the smoke when it comes to, I don't know, second, third of the bowl or whatever. So, but on first light, so the truth really is always under first light because the heat is very high and those chemical notes, they show their true face under this pressure of heat from the first flame. Right, so very slightly chemical notes on first light, but they disappear quickly and hand over to a dominant but rather pleasant taste of blackberry with detectable coffee notes in the back. So it is not so easy to make a composition or mixture like that. Just the blackberry likes to be dominant. So, and what I think they did pretty good on this one. Despite the high level of humidity, the tobacco behaves pretty well. So tobacco comes pretty humid. I don't want to say soaking wet or something. It has a good humidity. But there's no gargling or other issues you might face from a tobacco that is too wet. And the aroma stands nearly up to the last third of the bowl before the blackberry takes completely over and even produces some harsh notes during the last puffs. But this is something that is expected when it comes to this heavy aromatic. So what's the conclusion about this tobacco? So for me, it is a decent aromatic, but comes with a high price. So the tin is 18 euros, 90 cents in Germany. I can't really believe it. It is a good aromatic, let's say for 12 euros, 11 euros, 12 euros. So maybe that could be a smoke, but it is not for me. I think, I don't know. It is not a smoke for 18 euros 90 cents on the market now. Maybe in some years that could be a fair price if inflation goes on. But right now, I think it's pretty bold to go for such a high price, because for this price you can probably get better tobaccos, especially if we're talking about the special edition. So this is 50 gram. So the other tobaccos, this is 100 gram, and it comes in a special edition tin. So anyway, this is a decision you have to make for yourself. Because so let's go on to the next tobacco. There's still some tobaccos to go here. John Aylesbury, limited edition, 2026. Where do we have that? I have it here. Oh, oops. You see, that's fancy tin. Let's see. Same here. I have to cut the seal carefully. Don't want to do too much damage on it. All right. Yeah. 2026. I even printed on the back. On the back, even. John Aylesbury. So let's see. Let's go on. So what do they say about this tobacco? The limited edition 2026 is a creamy loose Kopp blend tobacco with delicate Virginia, smooth black Cavendish and nutty Burley. There we have them, those three suspects. A balanced aromatic blend enriched with aromas of rice pudding and cinnamon. Rice pudding and cinnamon. I don't know. All right. Let's see what this tobacco can do. So, smell. I have it here. Show you tobacco. As before, it looks like any other tobacco of these. Yeah. It is a 50-50 brown and black mixture. What about? So, smell. It really does smell like the announced rice pudding and cinnamon. Why not? So, pretty much like vanilla, cinnamon with a creamy undernote. It is pleasant, and may give you some, I don't know, some old memories from childhood. I got my pipe again. What about the taste? Truth normally comes with first light. That's what I said before. And there's no difference here. They are quite fascinating notes coming up. Mainly a touch of cinnamon and burnt rice pudding. Yeah, it really is like that. And that's what all the other guys I was talking to at Ronnie's, they all told the same. They all said the same. It is like rice pudding, but it's like burnt rice pudding. That is really interesting. So even bystanders without any knowledge in pipe tobacco think that there is a distinctive note of burnt milk in the air. So this kind of aroma pretty much stands up to the last third of the bowl before it breaks down and some harsh notes coming up. All right, you can do this. So why not do a tobacco of burnt rice pudding? I think this is, I don't know, this is quite, I don't want to say genius, but this is, I don't know, it's an interesting idea. So, and why not? Why not? So, but it would be better if they announce that and they say, yeah, where it's burnt rice pudding. So, I would have liked that. So, the fascinating thing is, it doesn't really change. You don't have chemical notes in the beginning. You slow down and you get some, I don't know, natural notes or whatever. So it pretty much stands with this burnt rice pudding thing. So my conclusion is, but that's just for me. Maybe you're a huge fan of these. There's this distinctive aroma of burnt milk. It is not really bad, but but it is like that. So my conclusion is, it's bad, but not too bad. So bad, but not too bad. John Aylesbury, 2026. So up to this point, you may say, yeah, well, there is light and shadow, but maybe there's still more shadow than light. So, but hang in, guys, don't give up. So don't switch to another channel. So what about the price? €31.90 before I forget. So also interesting that most of these tobaccos, they have the same price or nearly the same price. I don't know. So they don't really care about the components or whatever. I don't know. It's always the same. Yeah. Well, I don't want to blame them for that. So, yeah, as I said, I was surprised about the tobaccos this year. And that is mainly about those tobaccos that are coming now. So, we're starting with fourth generation. Fourth generation, we all know there is a line, but it's still going to be fourth generation. I don't want to go into the details or whatever, so there's enough videos on other channels about these things. So this is fourth generation, limited edition 2025. Same here. You got this rattler, you just take it off, and you have a really interesting and beautiful tin. So, well, honest, as always, a matter of taste. So maybe you like it or not. It's just engraved here. It's pretty nice. All right. What do they say about the tobacco? Oh, that's a long story. With the fourth generation limited edition, Eric Stokeby, my notes here, sets a striking example of tradition and enjoyment, inspired by the design of a 19th century gold snuff box, an heirloom from his grandfather. Yeah, you see, should be some kind of snuff box, a very big snuff box. The collection combines history, craftsmanship, and fine tobacco enjoyment. The blend is made of pressed wild Kopp tobaccos, ensuring an exceptionally long smoking experience. The slow smoldering ensures a cool burn, minimal condense, and intense aroma. No top flavor is used. Just cased natural tobaccos, like Red Virginia, cased with honey and orange, and brown Cavendish, rounded off with vanilla. And this is what I like. You see, in the other mixtures, so we always find this Virginia Burley Black Cavendish, so those the usual suspects. So in this case, it is a bit different. So we have this Red Virginia, and we have it done with a casein, not with a top flavor, but with a casein during the tobacco process. And it's, yeah, brown Cavendish, that's not black Cavendish, brown Cavendish, and also rounded with some vanilla during the casein. And I think this is an interesting thing. So there is a difference in quality then. The result is a balanced flavor with natural depth and subtle sweetness. Yeah, I'll show you the tobacco. Comes with a little ingredient here, you see, and they also tell you what else you should buy. So there's a lighter and something else. What is this? It's a limited edition. A humidor. Tobacco humidor. I haven't seen that at Ronnie's or on the market yet. So, but I don't know if you're interested in humidor, purchasing a humidor, maybe that's something for you. So, sorry for the noise, but I don't really like these bags. And be careful if you buy it and after a year or you spot it up at a shop or wherever, so and you buy that, so those bags are not really sealed. Well, there is a bit of glue, but it's not really proper for cellaring or whatever. So be careful with that. So yeah, what about the smell? Well, I'll show you tobacco first. Yeah, there are different cuts. It is interesting. is not that unusual, but it's more brown than black. So the smell. Let's do this here. The sweetness of typical honey chocolate notes combined with a hint of orange and vanilla popping up if you open the bag. So, promise kept, what they said. So what about the taste? There's absolutely no chemical or artificial notes on the first line. Orange underlined by vanilla, followed by natural sweet chocolate. Notes from Virginia and Cavendish coming up to tobacco, and the tobacco behaves pretty well. There's no tongue bite, there's nearly no gargling. The tobacco is well balanced, and if you like a natural smoking combination with an underlining casein to enhance the taste of these Virginia brown Cavendish components. Yeah. So it's pretty good tobacco. So conclusion is, so that's just my conclusion, of course. So for me, it's recommended. If you're looking for a pleasant, aromatic, natural hybrid tobacco. Aromatic hybrid tobacco. So it is not really an aromatic, because aromatic, so for me, well, some guys call everything an aromatic that has a casein or whatever, but the casein is always used for the second part of fermentation. So you can use molasses or honey or whatever, but there's always something you need for the second part of fermentation, of course. So if they damn. Yeah, there you got me. Battery was just I was just about to say the beeping sound. I think battery is dying, and then that moment it was already off. So alright, back to the task at hand. So I was talking about this fourth generation, and it's really good tobacco. If you're not an orthodox guy who thinks that, I don't know, every kind of casein is an aromatic, it's not for me. So it is natural. So the natural components, you can really feel that, you can taste that. If you're into that kind of tobacco, it is recommended, so I think so. So price is 34 euros 90 cents here in Germany. But same as before, if you live in the US and you get this on smokingpipes.com, the price is $22.95. Yeah, same here. I don't really understand. Seems to get much more reasonable, I would like to say, if you ship that around the globe. So thanks to the company. Thank you very much. So, all right. Nevertheless, good tobacco. Put this away. Then we have another one. We have still 2 tobaccos to go. So, next one is an interesting fellow. We will mainly talk on Kopp here, but now we're talking Lawson. We're talking Lawson tobacco. This is Valhalla, or some of my friends may say Valhalla. Anyway, I have it comes with some kind of book. Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, because it is no cheap stuff. You see that? You can even I don't know, do this one. So it's a whole book here. So it is about the history of the company. Yappity yap. So it's about, I don't know, what they have done before, how good they are, how exceptional everything is. Then there's, so in the middle of the book, there's something about Germanic gods. Not only Germanic gods, but some kind of, they call it Nordic gods, I think. I don't know. So, in my childhood, I learned about this as Germanic gods, but today with Vikings and all these things. So, alright, let them have their gods. So, and this is the blend of Odin, that's what they say here. So there's even one page about this tobacco itself. Yeah, what they say, that's the interesting part here. Maybe you see it here, I don't know if you can read that. So they say intensity is a 4, aroma is a 2, a room note is a 1. Unfortunately, they don't say, I don't know, 4 out of 10, or 4 out of 100, or 4 out of 5. I don't know. So they say intensity 4, aroma 2, room note 1. So the strength is medium strength. Well, we're going to come to that. So then they're talking a bit more about Lawson tobaccos, yeah, and some other. So I don't know. And this is not cheap, guys. So Ronnie gave it to me. Well, it's not for the average. I don't know. It's for every customer. There's not that the tin comes with it. But I don't know. He gave it to me. I think he had several of these. I don't know. And it's another item. You don't know what to do with that. So maybe if you're a collector, so you can collect that. And maybe in, I don't know, in 30 years. It's probably a good price for that. But we want to smoke tobacco. So what do they say about the Valhalla Odin's Blend 2026? They say that 2026 W.O. Lawson's edition continues Denmark's Viking heritage, and this year presents the Valhalla edition, Odin's Blend. Ripe Virginia tobaccos were blended with Louisiana Perique, Black Cavendish, and Dark Fired Perique. Pressed and then rubbed again. This creates a balanced mixture of flavors leading for complex overall aroma. A very natural and spicy blend with a subtle aroma and medium strength, limited and individually numbered edition. Also suitable for collectors. Yes, that's interesting. Also suitable for collectors. You don't even have to be a pipe smoker. Alright, so numbered. Where is the number? Alright, so I have number 02737. So that means 2,137. So I don't know how many tins there are. But if you do this as a collector and you collect that, keep in mind this tobacco, that's hard to open as all these Lawson tins, but that's not what I want to say. So comes in this golden bag, as always at Lawson Tobaccos, and I don't know, it's kind of like that, the bag, but it's same here. It is not proper for cellaring. It is just fixed with glue on the top. And if you find something on the shelf of a tobacco shop after a few years, be careful with that. But you better weigh the tin in your hand just to decide, I don't know, is there still some weight in it, or is the humidity completely gone? All right, it's a natural tobacco. Even if the humidity is gone, you could rehydrate that. And maybe it's even worth it. So, because this tobacco, I don't know, I tell you about it. Just give me a sec. And they said it's rubbed out again, and it is really, really rubbed out again. It's not just some kind of ready rub, so it's really completely rubbed out. I hope you can see that. So, yeah. All right, what about the smell? So, smell is very natural with a subtle sour note. Subtle sour note. You're going to detect that from the Perique, and some hints of wood and leather from the dark-fired components. Very natural and it's even a bit bold, and we come to that, to the question of boldness. But it smells really good. And keep in mind, we're not talking the usual suspects here. So for the tobacco before the fourth generation, it was already a bit different. So not the usual three suspects: Virginia, Burley, and Black Cavendish. So, but here there is another number really of, well, it's another grade. It's another part of being unusual as a tobacco for special edition. Let's say that. So because they say it is Virginia and Perique, Black Cavendish and dark-fired Perique. This is an interesting component. And what about the taste? And well, you will find out soon enough that the dark-fired Perique, it does something. Kentucky and Perique on first light, with leather, earth, and some spicy, slightly sour notes. So there's a guy here in the lounge, he doesn't really like the sour note from the Perique. But this is a matter of taste. So it is Perique-ish, and it comes with a little sour note. I give him that. So. But if you like the Perique, it is not sour in some kind of way of citrus or whatever. It is this typical, very typical Perique note. If you don't mind the slightly pepper sour note, peak of the Perique, you find a very well composed blend of natural bold but not too bold components. And this is my point. And you can only imagine what this tobacco will be after 10 or 12 years of storage. So it is a tobacco, and I want to do this. I got myself another, I don't know, 2 tins or whatever. I'm gonna put this down the cellars and sit on that for, I don't know, 10 years or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be incredible after 10 years. It's already good now. So yeah, when they say it's medium strength, I don't know if they just say that because they want to sell that, and many pipe smokers, they are, I don't know, they're a bit suspicious about tobacco that claims to be bold. But I think it is medium strength, but medium to bold. So it is a bit more than medium, I think. Well, it is not an HH Bold Kentucky or something like that. So it's not a Rustica or whatever. Be sure of that. But it is a bit more than medium strength, I think. So conclusion, absolutely recommended. If you like your tobacco strong, sweet, and peppery with typical Kentucky Perique notes. Price in Germany is €29.50. I haven't seen this on tobaccopipes.com. So I don't know. Maybe it is available also in the US, but I don't know about that. Alrighty. Let me just get a little sip here too. Keep my tongue oiled. Next. What do we have next? It is Kohlhausen, 1919, The Flame. And I've seen different years they're saying about the Flame. They say the Flame 2025 or the Flame 2026. I'm not pretty sure. Well, it comes out now in 2025. I don't know, so I call it 2025. Same here. Everything you have to keep in mind if you're looking for this tobacco is that it is a green tin. So, because there are different tobaccos, the Flame, over the last few years. This 1 year special edition. What they do in remembrance of the company, 1919. Yeah. All right. What do they say about the tobacco? The Kopp 1919 edition of 2025 is a mixture of Ready Rub, Red Virginia, Mini Cut Burley, Kentucky, and Perique. Well, that's a lot, and it's interesting. So even if you just hear that, so I just repeat that. Ready Rub, Red Virginia, Mini Cut Burley, Kentucky, and Perique. Supplemented by Virginia and some Cavendish flake. There. So there you have it. I think that's the way you really do a special edition. I don't know. I think you shouldn't come up with these usual three suspects and then call it a special edition. Just you put something on it. So that this is just for me. So this really, well, I don't know. This really sounds like doing something thoughtfully. So thinking about the different components, how can they react onto each other, and let's see if it works out. Show you the tobacco. Also comes with a little greeting card, and yeah, it's a congrat on your decision. So alrighty, this bag again, this special Kopp bag. I don't like that. So anyway, let's go for the tobacco. And it is, like they said, different components, and there are even some bigger flake parts. I don't think here in this rest anymore, so I just have a rest, so I left over here. Well, I'll show you the tobacco, and there are even some flake parts. So maybe you want to take this tobacco and you rub it out again. So before packing that into your pipe, you just take the portion you want to go for and just rub it out again, because there are major or larger flake parts in it. And maybe it's a good idea to rub maybe the whole tobacco, just rub it out another time. So to melt the components into each other. So I did it because I don't know. I like my components melted into each other. So the smell. What about the smell? There is a lot of bread, and a hint of sour note from the Perique on first whiff, underlined with wood and sweet notes from the Virginia. It is very, very natural. What about the taste? Now it's absolutely natural, with pleasant notes of dark chocolate on first light. Kentucky and Perique are kicking in after some minutes, but never overwhelming or disturbing. Dark bread is the main theme of this very well-balanced tobacco, underlined by some earth and leather notes from the Kentucky and some pepper notes added by the Perique. Yeah, I was really surprised by this tobacco because it has written Kopp all over it. So on the tin, well, there is written Kopp on the tin, but the tobacco hasn't really written Kopp all over it. From my experience over the last year and last few years, yeah, I just have to say that it is really good tobacco. It's really good tobacco. I was really surprised and positively surprised. And so you see, they can do it. They can do it. Yes, they can. So, conclusion, it's highly recommended, especially for cellaring, if you like a natural tobacco, medium strength. So it is a bit less than the Valhalla. The Valhalla is a bit more bold. So if you're looking for something more bold, with more Kentucky, with more earth, leather, and so on, so you go for a Valhalla. So, but if you're looking for something really medium, and it's not a golden retriever, it's still interesting. And it is good tobacco for cellaring, but not just not in this tin. So just put it out and do it in a mason jar, and then you're gonna be fine. So the price is 33 euros 90 cents here in Germany. Let's pack this up. We're gonna show you the tin another time. So yeah, $31.90 in Germany, and $24.65 on smokingpipes.com. So don't think I have a contract with smokingpipes.com or whatever. It's just the only way to look it up, so or the easiest way to look it up, or wherever you want to call that. So I don't know what is on other platforms or on your local store or whatever. So so I'm not in bed with with smokingpipes.com, unfortunately. So I could, I don't know, I would like the advantage, but they didn't ask me. So I was just looking for the price. So and if you can't find anything, so you can still give Ronnie an email. So and he's going to send it to you. But things are much more complicated right now. So I'll tell you that. So I was asking Corey about my last tobacco. This is the last tobacco I'm going to talk about today. And I was asking my good friend Corey, can you send me a tin? I don't know what this year's edition is. Is it, I don't know, Frosty the Snowman, or yeah, Old St. Nick. I like Old St. Nick. So what is this year? And he said, go with We Three Kings. So I'm gonna send you a tin. So he sent me a tin. All right. And I wanted to send him something back, but things have changed drastically. So it wasn't easy to get a shipment out at the U.S. at all. So at first, German Postal Service completely denied the possibility of sending a package to Korea. So I had to wait for that, because they said, yeah, there's I don't know, tariff issues on the other side. So we don't know if you can get this into the country and so on. I don't know what's going on, but it was always a great thing, so that we could do an exchange no matter what we like or what we do. That was always what I really thought was always. Thought, it's a free country, you can send whatever you want. We'll even send in, I don't know, some good whiskey or whatever for a friend, and sausages, German sausages, and all those things. No problem at all. But now has become very difficult and very expensive. So that's up to the German Postal Service. Yeah. Well, I don't want to. I don't want to complain about that. I want to go to the last tobacco. Yeah, as I already mentioned, it's going to be We Three Kings. Well, I'm not going to talk about this series coming up on every Christmas. It's always about the Christmas carols and so on. You can find that out on the internet very easily. I'm just going to talk about this one. But I think I have been talking about We Three Kings over the last few years, but I don't really remember. And I didn't rewatch the old video. So maybe I'm not telling something very different to the old video. I'm not sure. I don't hope so. What do they say? Inspired by the first widely popular Christmas carol written in the US on 1857, We Three Kings alludes to the Magi. What do you say, Magi? Maggie? It's Magi, probably. Who traveled, so these sorcerers, who traveled to the nativity bearing exotic spices and treasures, delivering a rich black Cavendish with equal measures of matured red and bright Virginias, and specially sauced Caterini Turkish leaf. This magical holiday mixture delightfully comes with notes of allspice, cinnamon, and vanilla. We Three Kings is a lightly topped Virginia Oriental blend with notes of baked goods, enhancing the flue-curd and sun-curd leaves' inherent sweetness and spice. a dark tanginess and brown sugar notes, elevated by a floral note. It will remind you of freshly baked cookies and holiday treats. Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. Let's take the first whiff. Yeah, it is delicious. I can tell you that. And it's an interesting cut if you see that. You see these larger parts and so on. This is that's very nice. Very nice. Humidity is absolutely all right. So it's well done when it comes to that. So what about the smell? It is vanilla, allspice and chocolate on first whiff. And peppery, strong notes on second whiff. That's interesting. So sometimes on these tobaccos, there is a difference between the first impression and the second impression, even on the whiff. So even if you take a first whiff on that. Yeah. It is raw and spicy at the same time, already on the smell. So what about the taste? In some ways, after first light, you will find a very typical American aromatic with very deep and full sweetness. But it's underlined by allspice and all those peppery notes you already find on first whiff. Tobacco behaves pretty well, and you'll not face some of the typical issues of those heavy vanilla cherry mixtures we all know about. Because I said you will find on first light some of these very typical aromas you find on many American aromatics. Let's say Lane Limited or where is it? This cherry vanilla thing. So, but it isn't. But it is not like that. It just reminds you in some ways of that because of its full-bodied sweetness. But the allspice and the slightly peppery notes, those notes, they make the difference. They make the difference, and you don't face the issues that sometimes come with these heavy, silky aromatics. And this is not what we're talking about here. No tongue bite, no gargling, just a very well done mixture, even with some natural tobacco notes in the bag. So conclusion, absolutely recommended for Christmas. Yeah, the price, it's $13.18 on smokingpipes.com. Okay, that's a fair price. $13.18 and a special edition tin. Well, it's the tin itself is not special edition, but it is a special edition. So, all right. So you have I don't know, it's around, I don't know what the change is or what the course is right now between dollar and euros, but let's say it's 13 euros or whatever. And remember the faun I showed you and the price of the faun. So what was it? I don't know. What was the price of the faun? It was 18.90 euros. So, but if I have to choose, I would always go for We Three Kings. It was a much better tobacco. All right, guys. That's it for now. So you see, after my last video on the things we lost, there are some things we gained. So this year on the special editions. So maybe you do the same as I do. So I do some cellaring, I think, this year. So putting 1 or 2 tobaccos down the cellar. Really good tobaccos this year. I was quite surprised. And let's hope for more of these pleasant surprises coming up next year, hopefully. And that's pretty much it for today. I hope you all have a great Christmas and a great holiday season. Hopefully you enjoy your time. Hopefully you have some good tobacco at hand. You see, there's still good tobacco on the market. There's still good stuff available. And yeah, I hope you all are all right. Hope you're doing well, and hope to see you again sooner than during the last video or since the last video. So hope you all are well, and take good care, and perhaps see you again. By the way, I nearly forgot. What am I smoking in my pipe? To solve the mystery, of course, it is We Three Kings. I just like it. All right, guys. Take good care.